motion, I would like to make few comments. It's not only what our colleagues are written in the paper. The authorities that look after have seconded, I say seconded the motion. I've seconded it and I'm making few comments. I feel that the authorities guiding this pilot, some of them are very lousy. In many occasions, I've stopped to fly because of inadequacy of pilots' preparation. Some of the pilots are not prepared. Some of them use Indian hemp. Yes, it's true. Some of them smoke Indian hemp, and some of them are not properly audited by the authorities. I am telling you what I know because the NCAA and NEMA and other authorities are not looking after these pilots and checking them on drugs. On the spot assessment, they are not doing it because it is dangerous. And you see them walking into the airplane, nobody check their blood pressure, nobody check anything, nothing, and their drug level. Not that aircraft, most of them 737-500 have an automatic landing gear system. It doesn't need the pilot to land the plane. What needs to land the plane is the computer, autopilot. But because some of them are high, they are not going to do this thing. Because any aircraft that is of new generation don't need the pilot to fly. Landing and takeoff is purely automatic. So most of these pilots are so careless. I have witnessed, I have seen by myself, I've come to fly. I told my pilots, I said, no. I don't think we are normal today. You have to go back home. So all these agencies must come back home to look after these pilots and what do you call them? And the cabin staff. Because some of them take this Indian like cigarette. They will tell you, if you go close to them, you will smell it. So NCAA must come back to their duty because again, the Minister of Aviation must be forced to do a quarterly maintenance.
Your time is off. Your time is off.
Yes, to do quarterly maintenance on the runways. Some of the runways are not in good shape. Nigeria must preserve to service the runways because when you leave these runways, pilots will be avoiding the potholes.
Thank you very much. Nobody will take your.
People I don't take seriously in this country as politicians. Well, Senator Orji Uzo Kalu is one of them. He has come up with another controversial statement at their dishonorable chamber of Senate. That let me just say that he generalized it. That many Nigerian pilots smoke, they take Indian hemp, or they get drunk before flying the airplane. I don't know how he arrived at that. This is a bold statement, saying that the NCAA and the Nigerian Airport Authority doesn't, it scrutinize them very well, or doesn't run checks on them to see if they are tipsy or if they are on drugs or on alcohol before they will fly. Well, he makes some clear-cut statement there. Airplane is not like box public transport or taxi, where the driver need to hold the steering and be driving. It's all about remotes and buttons, So him saying that Nigerian pilots smoke or they take Indian hemp, I don't know how he did it. Yes, it could be possible, but how did he? This is the first ever statement that I'm hearing from any Nigerian, dead or alive, that pilots take. Yeah, normally a pilot can drink his alcohol, but not before flying. Not before flying an airplane. If that is true, then we are in big trouble. We are in big trouble. No wonder all this while you've been hearing they say an airline took off, this happened and that happened. But we need to really find out if what he said is the truth. No wonder the other one almost tried to buy a palm one. You never know. So if it is actually true, it's not. I mean, I don't want to believe it. I don't want to run with what he said. all these people, they believe they are not going to die. Orji Uzo Kalu, we know that he's vying for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But has it gotten to the point of him making unverified statement? He's the only one, except there is another big figure or anybody that will come up and second or support what he said, that Nigerian pilots drink alcohol or smoke Indian hemp or smoke cigarette. This is the first of its kind. I've never had that before. So it must be as a result of poor checking. They need to be properly checked. They need to be properly assessed before they fly an airplane. In Nigeria, you just say, God will help us, you have prayed. We take everything for granted. Now, it's not just checking the pilots. We need to also check public office holders. Most of them are drunkards. You look at what happened at their dishonorable chamber, you know that most of them come in, they are drunk. Terribly drunk. So I want to ask a question. Do you believe as a Nigerian that some of our pilots, fly the airplane being under the influence of alcohol or Indian hemp, like as he said it, or some other substances they take? Like, why would even a pilot be taking alcohol? Why would even a pilot be taking Indian hemp or whatever substance before flying an airplane? It's unbelievable. Well, so the NCAA, the Nigerian Airport Authority, Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, and just like he called out the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, should now swing into action to verify this. They will need to verify this. But if I were him, what he should have done is to get the name of the pilot, figure out who the pilot is. Imagine as a senator, somebody was like, if you listen to him clearly, he said one day he wanted to fly. On discovering that one of the pilots was under the influence of alcohol or Indian hemp, he decided not to fly again. Somebody was like, if he had actually done that, he would have made the headlines, because as a senator, a two-term former governor of Abia State, for him to disembark from an airline, everybody will get to know of it. Just like Oshiomhole that arrived late sometime, and they told him they are not going to check him in. He wanted to block the airline. So Senator Orji Uzo Kalu will need to tell us who the pilot is and the airline that allowed a drunk or a pilot that is tipsy to fly Nigerians, because we need to trace it from the root cause. Just like Kwan said he has been flying other airlines and they are allowing him with his alcohol bottle, not water bottle, alcohol flask. So, but it happened to, I've forgotten the name of the airline, that they said, no, you can't fly with your alcohol bottle. And his temper flared up, he started fighting. And that resulted to Kwam 2, the Akwa Ibom gear, that went berserk and started fighting Ibom Air, cabin crew, So something needs to, if a pilot takes alcohol, then air hostess and flight attendants also will take more. They will take alcohol too. So something must be done. Now that it's addressed at the House of Senate, urgent attention needs to be given to this important issue, so that we don't wake up one day and hear that a drunk pilot collapsed or crashed an airplane. Though we've never had any plane crash recently in this country where it's as a result of a drunk pilot, but something leads to another thing, something leads to something. We are glad that he has revealed it. So it means that any Nigerian that is flying now, you will now need to go to the cabin crew, call the pilot and say, open your mouth, I want to smell it. Or maybe you get some testing device. You need to assess your pilot to see if he has taken alcohol, Indian hemp, or any other substance that he is not supposed to take. So it's a call to action to all Nigerians.